All right, everybody, welcome back to the penultimate, I know, crazy, second last episode of JMC. Man, I'm definitely gonna miss the view, but we have got a lot of ground to cover this episode because your girl's been a little bit busy. Now, there is a week left of this server, and I intend to finish my base to the absolute best of my abilities. In this video, you're gonna get a whole slew of time lapses, and I'm going to walk you through everything that I have done and still need to do before we can consider our base complete. First and foremost, when we walk outside, you'll notice things are a little bit different. Last episode, we made a whole bunch of beautiful trees, and now we have this wonderful little storage shed. This took a lot of copper oxidization. You can't see it here, but on the inside, hello sheep. Up above, the entire roof is made out of copper. We've got a little bit of wear and tear on the floors as well. But this is where all of the farm storage is. So we've got a few hay bales stacked neatly. This is where we could put all of our seeds and other items to make into bone meal. I'm not sure why it took me so long to build this, to be honest, because this little guy could have been so useful earlier in the season. But, oh well. You'll have noticed then that we don't really have an animal pen over here. Instead, I've made a nice winding path up here, and we have two different spots for our animals. The sheep are all hanging out here. I've made sure that despite the jankiness of the walls, none of them have actually gotten out. It's really nice. And on our other side, we do have our cows as well. Overall, both animals have a lot more room to work with, so I'm happy with this. And as I mentioned last episode, I really love this mountain view, and I wanted to make sure that the build that I was doing kept this section open, and oh my goodness, it's still there! Look at that mountain peak! Absolutely gorgeous. Turning our attention from mountain to mountain, you'll see that not too much has been done, but we have mossified a good portion of this mountain. If we walk up this way, everything has been sufficiently snowed or mossed, and even a little bit up here, I wanted a little bit of a transition, so we've used some tuff and some stone between the bright greens and the bright whites. It feels a little bit more like a mountaintop now. Taking a wider angle at looking at it now, it definitely feels a lot better than when it was just green, because real mountaintops don't really do that necessarily. Overall, I think it's subtle, but it is a nice change. Hey Luma. Yes, dear viewer? What's the big building in front of you? Well, first off, it's not big. And it's the thing that I've been teasing literally the whole season. So without further ado, let me show you guys into Grandma's bakery. Initially, it was just going to be cookies, but at this point in the season, we're gonna shove everything we can into these barrels here. First and foremost, I have got a lot of pumpkin pie to dispose of, so all of these will be free for the taking. But we've got our nice little smokers here to cook things up, plenty of storage. I really love how high the ceilings are. We've got a door that leads to nowhere. This is a really important door. Let me go back outside. So this entire season, I have had a door sitting basically right here. And there's been a sign next to it that says, "Please knock." And I really wanted to keep it here, but it just didn't fit the vibe. So that door now lives happily in our bakery. I'm not sure how to transition to the time lapse, so let me zoom into the building. Ooh. Overall, I'm really happy with how this bake shop turned out. I procrastinated it for a long time, and I think it was partially because prior to this pointier roof, my initial design actually had a shallower slanted roof. It was kind of rounded, and I just don't think I was feeling it for the vibe of the shop that I wanted to go for. The peaked roof lends itself a lot nicer to those higher ceilings on the inside, and I was still able to do the awning that I wanted in a much better way for that entryway. And with that time lapse concluded, let me walk you through the rest of the base as we currently have it. I have done so much along the pathway of Grandma Luma's area. To our left here, we're really going for that pink vibe. I wish I had more pink tulips than just the 2 that I have here, but I do actually love these cactus blossoms. I actually got the idea to put these on the ground from Annie, who lives just off over that way with a lovely build. But just like her, I've decorated my area full of little cherry blossoms and cactus flowers. Over on the right, these roses also lend themselves super well to a massive field, but you'll also see something that I actually couldn't get myself. Hizuri has this wonderful tree farm down near spawn, and so I was able to grab a whole bunch of these just to fluff out the space a little bit more, because it was, honestly, feeling a little barren without a little extra to fill in all of these cracks that I have. Let me know what you guys think of it. This big patch here is kind of the result of me messing around and seeing what would work within the space. I really like the idea of stone walling things in rather than just a plain old wooden fence. And I wanted to find a way to get creative with it, so we are partially but not fully splitting up all of the crops. I want it to feel a little bit overgrown but still very cozy. Now when you enter the base, instead of it being super flat and boring, we actually have a lot of intrigue now with all of these different bigger style planter fields and some more trees as well. One thing I wish was a thing in Minecraft: sunflowers moving with where the sun is. Because sure, the sun rises off that direction, but now it's over there. Why can't the sunflower move position? Why can't it rotate? Why can't it flip halfway through the day and then face the west? Because that would be so nice for this build. You can really only see the sunflowers when you're at the main entrance walking into my base, and you only just barely see them. So, what are we doing now? That is an excellent question, dear viewer. We're gonna go say hi to Skipper real quick because he's online. Show me the cat. Oh no. Moo.
Moo.
Oh no, I saw them render in.
There's a lot of cows, Luma.
There are so many cows. Skipper, what did you do? Why are they free range?
I thought, that'd be best. We're getting close to the end. I thought it would be good to free them all. But I got a bit of an infestation here.
That's a lot of beef.
It's a lot of beef. You know who's got the beef? I got the beef.
I think all of them collectively have the beef. You don't own them anymore. You set them
I don't
free.
Own them. I did set them free.
Hello, friends. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Oh, this is a lot of cows. And I have like one building I need to build. I'm just imagining building it with just cows everywhere in my way. Murr.
Construction taking place. Move along.
They're construction cows. They're gonna build the saloon.
Good for them.
I finally did interiors.
Yeah? Let's see.
I've been avoiding it all
season.
Yeah. You want in the jail cell?
No, actually, I'm good.
You don't want in the jail cell? You got a cauldron.
I haven't done anything wrong, Sonny. Why are you putting me in jail? I'm getting out of here. Oh, no, wait, there's actually a door here too?
Yeah, there's an actual door. I just jumped through the windows because they're more convenient.
I'm not gonna lie, I was backed into this corner and I did not see the door at all whatsoever. I was wondering if there was one.
So what are you doing to wrap up just Minecraft?
Mostly finishing my base. It's still a little bit of a work in progress. Could you two calm down for 3 seconds? I need a heckin' umbrella.
Cow shield.
It's still hitting me.
There's a little alley here. If you
Oh, sick. Back alley. He'll never find me here.
You'll never find you here.
They're gonna go on a 30-year quest to find who slayed their master. It was me.
Are they still mad at you? They are still mad at you.
Want to take the railway?
Do we ride the?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's ride the train. Whee!
No, it went without me. Go, 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 go. Yeah. That was some fun little shenanigans. But now that we've returned, we are going to deal with this space right here. Now, initially, I thought I was going to maybe put some trees here, but I looked at it when I mocked it up in schematics, and it kind of detracts from the view that we have going on over here. So instead, I'm gonna do something kind of crazy, kind of zany, if you will. Quirky XD. Please don't hate me for that. I haven't been to the Nether this whole season. I'm gonna build the Nether portal. I just feel like it'll flesh out the space really well. It will allow other people to come visit us. It just makes sense. So I'm going to get started on working on this Nether portal, and we're gonna do a little bit of building together. And honestly, you didn't think I was free-handing it, did you? Ooh. Ooh. How are our sightlines? They're pretty good. I can work with this. All right, so I need my stone cutter. Slabs. 2 tough stairs, 2 tough slabs. Boop, boop, boop. And now it is time for me to scavenge the server for crying obsidian.
2 hours later.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I have aged 30 years trying to find crying obsidian. And note, I'm not going to the Nether. It is against my rules and code of conduct. But alas, between the Halloween and Christmas districts, I have finally found the amount that I require, and thus I sleep. If I sound exasperated, it's 'cause I am! Alright, let's chill and build another portal. Freaking finally. Alright, so layer 1 is largely just a platform for this to sit on, which is really nice. Alright, we've got our basic platform in. Now, we finally get to start building up this Nether portal itself. A little bit of moss here, and we do also have something a little funky on the sides. I'm very excited. Let me do a little bit of obsidian on either side. Obviously, we're gonna need the portal to exist, so it's gonna look like that on the top. I always put stairs in the most finicky locations. Beautiful. All right. That's a cool looking portal right there. Man, the rain makes it look even eerier. Now that the base design is done, we can play around with the shape however we want, which is really nice. So we're gonna move this one further up. Needs a little bit more of a curve this way. Okay, now that we're on top here, let's see. Nah, it needs a little bit more bulk still. Okay, how does... Oh, yeah, that looks a lot better. Ooh, yeah, no, that's it. That's the tweet, baby. And on this beautiful new day, let's take one final look. I really like it. The main portion is done, but we do probably want a path over this way. Now, we've already got a big crossroads here. We could snake it off this way, but it feels a little tight. Why not over here? Snake it here, and just have it lead up this way. Let's go get our mud. And with all of our materials, let's go and make this pathway. Already got one of these very close. So let's do one here and one here. Maybe another one right here. Now let's dig up what the rest of the pathway is gonna look like. My shovel's too fast for its own good. It could just taper here. Maybe like this. A little path. Since we don't often use this, well, we don't ever use the portal. Partially because it's brand new, partially because it's against my terms and conditions. But I think this pathway looks really nice. Yeah, that's nice. And with our Nether portal done and built, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. I wish that I could share more of what I'm working on here, but it's a little bit of a time crunch. The server ends in 3 days. So instead, what we're gonna do is I'm going to give you a final tour of this base with a brand new waterfall and a finalized green space in the side area and out back once it's all completed. So please stick around for that, as well as some final end fight shenanigans. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so excited for this end fight. I've been without Elytra for a whole year. Please, I need it. But the next episode's gonna be an absolute doozy. I cannot wait. But until then, I will see you guys very soon. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever the whole YouTube nonsense is, and I will see you soon. Goodbye!